Just like that, we live once again on this good Saturday. Not the Lord's Day, but Saturday. Um, welcome to Key and Carrie. I'm Damon,
I'm Troy.
and we are live. Nobody's here yet, but shout out to the people that are going to be here on the playback.
Hey, big shout
Um,
out to you guys.
yeah.
Very guys.
But yes, this is our review for Chasing Dallas season 6, episode 3. This is not baddies. Um, Now
I
this
knew
show or
something in my goddamn the title. Okay, this is not baddies. Thank you, on. Thank
yes.
you.
But yes, how are things going? How are you feeling about the show? How's your week?
Yes,
What's
thank you
up?
for asking. Before we get into that, again, shout out to the people that are going to watch this on the playback. Shout out to
Hmm.
everybody
Hmm.
that will join us this afternoon for this review. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, please, and thank you.
Yes,
We're
please.
still on our journey to 1,000 followers, so
Hmm.
yes, hitting that subscribe button and sharing our content helps us like so much. So again,
Right.
shout out to everybody that's going to be here. But season 6, I'm kind of liking it so far. It's for me still kind of refreshing seeing everybody kind of mingle and kind of get to fill each other out, and there's really no drama other than what's going on. So I like that it's kind of like a slow build. um it's I'm enjoying it, like everybody's filling each other out.
Yes.
I can't process
Filling
it.
each other out.
And I was trying to feel what was that? I was trying to feel like the situation. I was trying to get money with you.
Yes.
Anywho, yeah, but
Um.
I like it. It's cool.
Okay. Okay. I'm not sold just yet. I think it's a slow start, but I do like the cast. I do like their different like uniqueness, like we talked about last episode or last review. But like, it's a little slow to start. I feel like they're trying to get stuff started, but I don't feel like we're really seeing a lot happen. Like it's in terms of like chasing or even the drama, it's not really. But I feel like we should give it maybe a little more time to like come together. But I'm enjoying the cast. I'm glad that the show is back. The fashions are interesting to say the least. Um and shout out to Coco Butter Barbie. Thank you for being in the building. Um Cute
Yes, thank you for
profile
being here.
pic. Yes, slaying in that profile pic.
As
Um
always.
yes, as always. Um but yes.
Y'all, to piggyback off of your speaking to piggyback off of your thought, I'm sorry. So
Mhm.
I agree with you in the I kinda wanna see more like the chasing and the grinding. Like I don't mind like the sit downs, people like talking, but it's like
Mhm.
the show about chasing, can we talk about like business,
Right.
collaborating, not so much focus on like he said, she said. So I do agree with you in like that aspect. Like I definitely would love to see more chasing, especially from like the new faces. Like,
Right.
but we'll get
Yeah.
into that later in like the episode, because this, like I said, this episode was a key. Like we saw
Mhm.
some movers and some shakers. So there is some chasing from like the cast, but this is chasing Dallas, baby. You can't say that you chase Dallas and then we're gonna talk about it. We don't want to talk about it. So
Chasing Dallas or chasing clout?
ooh, it depends because I'm not a clout chaser, but my girl Diamond the Body, DTB, she's a clout chaser.
Yes.
And I go for Diamond the Body. Now, I don't agree with her antics, but I'm going to say
Yes.
chasing, you said chasing Dallas or chasing clout?
Yeah.
I'm
What
chasing
do you
Dallas.
think most people are gonna be doing this season?
Chasing clout,
Ooh.
unfortunately.
Harsh but true. Harsh but true.
Unfortunately.
Um
Again, also let us know in the comments how you guys feel about this season. Are you invested in this season? Do you have any favorites?
mhm.
Um, is the slow build, or do you feel like the season is a slow build, or is it building slow? I'm sorry, I'm so goddamn tongue tied. So let us know how you feel about the season in the comments. Like when I start rambling, that's when I like start losing myself. So I
You
should,
good. You good, y'all. You good. We
yeah,
know we're a
baby.
little rusty. It's been a minute.
I
So
am a fucking professional.
yes. And I'm busy being a mom, so we got other things to do. I'm sorry. But yes, we're definitely here to we're definitely I think we have a positive outlook on the season though. Like I
Yeah.
feel like I have good hopes for the season. I just
Hmm.
don't really nothing has really stuck with me just yet.
Right.
There have been a couple of scenes where I'm like, oh, that was funny, but like nothing has really like stood out to me just yet. So, but yeah, I definitely want to give it time to like really flourish as a
True.
season. But yes, episode 3, this ain't baddies. Definitely shout out to anybody who's gonna be here in the chat, or just watching or gonna watch this in the playback. We appreciate y'all. But yeah, do you want to take us through the episode? Or not the episode, but take us through um
Okay, is
the
this
review.
the review? Let's go through the review for the good people. So, this format, I know we keep changing the format, but
Hmm.
favorite moment, funniest moment, shadiest moment, best fit, favorite of the episode, least favorite, letter grade, and lesson to be learned, baby. Because there's always a lesson to be
Always
learned
does.
or to be valued and to be cherished from these episodes, baby. Let's get with it, honey. Favorite moment, baby. I said my favorite moment. First favorite moment of the episode was kind of the sisterhood that Kelly's trying to build between herself, Chloe, and Rachel. Now I know Chloe and Rachel, baby, they got some shit going on, and I hope that they can get over that hump. I know Kelly said we throw hands, we can be cordial, and I get that, but it's good to
Hmm.
see them kind of be like to be cordial, to be around each other, film, and I noticed that baby Chloe would look at Rachel, and Rachel was literally playing Chloe dust. I was like, damn.
She was peeking at her at the corner of her eye,
Yeah.
like.
Chloe was like, and Rachel was like, I was like, oh, you can feel it, babe. You can cut the shit tonight. But I like that Chloe, or I'm sorry, I like that Kelly is trying to kind of initiate some type of like camaraderie or bond between them. Like,
Hmm.
y'all the only women on the show, so y'all kind of not need each other, but it would be nice to see you guys just like bond and like
Right.
be able to like kick it, hang out, because like the guys are gonna be literally on 10,
Yeah,
like
they're gonna be on their bullshit for sure.
so like it's always good to have like the feminine energy on the show, and like especially if there's like more than one like woman on the show. So like
Hmm.
I just like the fact that there could be sisterhood, but that was my favorite moment. Also like the conversation about Chloe being in a, I won't say I liked it, but I did appreciate her being vulnerable and talking about her past relationship and her ex, kind of the situation how he succumbed and
Oh, yeah,
all
yeah.
that.
Murdered by the police. Crazy.
I won't. Yeah, murdered. Baby, we won't get into that. The situation was crazy. Yeah, but I
He
did
was murdered
appreciate
though,
her.
wasn't he?
Wait, what
Yeah,
you
she
say?
said he died. He was murdered. Oh no, I don't mean like he was murdered. I don't know if he was murdered unjustly. I don't know what happened, but he was murdered. The
Yeah,
police
murder.
did murder him,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
um, but
Um,
yeah,
yeah, I did
definitely.
appreciate her going into or just opening up about that being vulnerable. 3 episodes in, I feel like we're also getting that a lot, kind of so far. Cast members coming on and kind of being able to convey their emotions. So I like that. I enjoy that. I like that Chloe was able to get through that relationship, and she's literally a survivor. So again, I enjoyed this scene. Let us know in the comments. Do y'all have a favorite scene, baby?
Yes, let us know
Let's
for
talk about
sure.
episode 3. This is not
Yes.
baddies, baby.
But I also like this scene. The scene stood out to me. Not my favorite scene, but definitely just her trying to work with this unit was sending me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Much love to them both. I like them both. But I said, ooh, I don't think she can be saved. I don't think she can be saved. I'm so sorry.
Can I say I
This unit,
absolutely hate you for using the steel shots now? I
this
absolutely
unit,
just
this
for
unit
using
is
them,
giving.
for
I feel
using
like
the frame.
it's
Thank
kind
you.
of giving like Tina Turner. Like you know how people had them wigs and they just. She should have had a bang to come with it. But it's like real frizzy and like big. I feel like she should have did that. Cowardly Lion tease. It should be like,
My goodness.
but I wasn't living for the and the color as well. I feel like the color washed her skin out. Like
It
that
did.
shade of blonde just did not look.
I
Yeah,
I
I was just like, okay. And then she's like, okay, she's coming over to do my hair. And again, no shade. I kind of live for both of them, but I thought she just wore that wig as almost like I'm just running errands kind of wig. I'm gonna take the wig off and then you're gonna do my actual hair. Like, no, she starts jailing down that wig. I said, oh baby, oh baby, that's the wig. That's the one she's working on. Oh, okay, okay, damn. Shit's crazy. But yeah, I
I just want y'all to know that 90, maybe 60% of the time, yes, Damon is this fucking out of pocket. And
you know
he's always trying to put that on me and my Gemini energy. This bitch is out of pocket like this. At least 60% of the yeah.
you know what? It's usually behind the scenes, but yeah, I'm sorry. I just had to because I was in a state of confusion. I was in a state of confusion. I'm not gonna hold you.
We love you,
Um,
Chloe. But yeah,
yes, yes,
the
yes.
wig was like
But yeah, I said this scene was cool because first I didn't know that Kelly Love was trans. I didn't know she transitioned.
right.
So when she said that, I was like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
That's cool. I did like how I mean, I guess people could say like, oh, it's messy for her to invite Rachel, but it was cool to see them like all kind of come together. Like, it kind of reminds me of Atlanta, Chasing Atlanta, where you had like Willa and why can't I think of the Atlanta girls? You had like Willa
Well,
and
Willa,
Seven and
Seven, Kendra,
Kendra. Yeah, you had all of them kind of come together. Berlin, that scene where they were just like kind of just talking about being trans and stuff. I thought that
and
was
I think
cool.
Tony Bryce joined them the last
I
season.
believe I believe
And
so.
Miss Tony Bryce, baby.
Yeah.
Oh,
But yeah, I thought it was cool. And then like I said, I like how they don't do too much, like Chloe or Rachel. They just like, bitch, Cam Yonsei, you know I don't like you, Cam Yonsei. It's very like, bitch, I don't like you. It is what it is, type shit.
yeah.
So
I
I
think it's
appreciate
because they're
that.
also seasoned. I'll say that. Like,
Okay,
it
yes.
doesn't have to be catty. Like, I
Right.
feel like if this were another, like a younger generation, another
Hmm.
generation of, yeah, it probably would have tore Kelly
They would
Salon.
have twirled.
Yeah,
Twirled down.
but yeah, like you
Um,
said, it's very cool to see them just be in the same and nice nasty, but it could have
nice
been way.
nasty.
So we appreciate the ladies of the show for conducting themselves in like
Yeah.
a classy
I
manner.
feel like the feminine energy is always like usually I'll say is like that's like the positive, mature, like energy. It's the testosterone that be
Yes,
coming
it's the
through
niggas.
with the dudes that it'd be like, you know, you don't know if
Crazy.
they
They
want to
opened the
have,
series
you don't know
with
if they want to
some
fight.
positive energy and then closed the episode with some real cattiness. If you want to really talk about
Yes. Some real catty bright on bright energy.
it, not right on right.
Bright on bright crime. Like we gonna get to it, but Donnie, the stuff that comes out of Donnie's mouth about he says stuff about race and his race is just very like, oh, okay, like it wasn't given that, but okay. Um, but yeah, it's back to this scene. Um, yeah, I also really enjoyed this scene. I like you said, people opened up. Um, Chloe talked about first Kelly talked about how she's in a relationship and
Mhm.
how they were together before she transitioned. He was okay with her transitioning, and it's cool because we see him later in the episode. And I love when they do that where it's like they put out something, like somebody will mention something, and then later in the episode or later in the season, we see them. We see what they're talking about. We see her boyfriend.
Right.
So that was cool. And then Chloe talking about, how um her ex, who she had a tumultuous relationship with, was murdered by the police.
Mhm.
Don't know the full story behind that, but she also said that a 2-year-old was shot, which is just the worst thing. You know, I heard that episode, but thank God it seemed like the child survived. But That's a crazy situation.
Right.
And you just never know how stuff like that can have an effect on you and like how you live the rest of your life, you know. But shout out to her for opening up and talking about it.
Yeah.
Um so when Rachel came through, what did you think the energy was gonna be? Because apparently Kelly almost cleared one of Rachel's kids. One of her house kids. Remember when she walked up, she was like, "You almost hit my kid, like with your car." And she was like, "Oh."
Damn, I missed that.
It was in the very beginning when she first came in. Cause she was like, I have an issue, which she didn't have an issue, but it was like you almost hit my like. I guess the last little situation they was at the last gathering, like something must have happened. Like she must have almost cleared her with the car though.
My goodness, no, I missed that.
Um, yeah, yeah,
Not vehicular
picked up.
manslaughter.
Oh, listen,
Goodness.
probably trying to get home to her man. Like
It was day night.
it was
It was
day
day
night.
night.
In her defense, it was day night.
It
But
does not justify trying to run somebody over to car, but in her defense, it's probably day
true, true. What does it count if it's not intentional? Because we know some situations where it was intentional and
night. It
people
it
almost got
counts.
ran down
It,
on.
it it's the
But
implication. It's the
it is
implication.
implication. And shout out to Magic User, which I think is funny that Magic User shout out to you telling me that I'm out of pocket when we know how you get down. Okay, in this
Very
live,
true.
we know how you act.
Well,
So we
they
on the same type of time.
you kind of set the tone, and then it just kind of brings in a bunch of
You know what? Yep. So
chaoticness.
if things go left, it's my fault. I'll take the blame. Hey Abby, shout out to you.
Yes, thank
Every
you for being here. Shout out to
review.
everybody that's here,
Yes.
baby. On
Yes.
a
Thank you for being
Saturday,
here.
everybody enjoy your weekend. Grab a drink,
Yes.
grab a spliff, pull
Yes.
up, and let's talk about chasing the fucking Dallas, baby.
Yes. Good
What's
to
the
see it.
good?
Good to see everybody. Bomb profile
Mhm.
pic. I need to update my profile pic because she also said I'm still mad Kelly did all that brushing of 6 baby hairs that never laid down. Child, she needed that. What is it? That eco gel that drag queens use. She needed something a little more fierce because
Goodness.
them edges said, "Still I rise." Okay. Oh my god. But
You ain't shit, my goodness.
I'm sorry. It just gagged me. I didn't. It surprised me. But I said the scene was interesting. You know, I like I said, I don't feel like Kelly was trying to be messy. I feel like she maybe felt like their situation wasn't that serious. So like they can like, you know, come together or whatever. We also get a conversation about sex work. So Chloe is like or Chloe mentions that, you know, she's doing dates. And I think that that is I'd never heard it described like that. So I was like doing dates, but I was like, oh, if you're escorting, you probably going on dates or whatever. But how did you feel about that conversation? I thought it was also just another like example of her opening up. Um, and you know, Kelly also talked about how she had also, you know, had done
Mhm.
dates in the past. So I just thought it was interesting that they were willing to open up about that and like, you know, talk about that.
Yeah, I also thought it was interesting. Like I said, I love like vulnerability and like
Hmm.
people who are just willing to like share their story and like not really come on and like have a chip on their shoulder or whatever. So I enjoy
Right.
like transparency and um I like the story. I won't say I like the story, but I just appreciate people who are just who live in their truth. So shout out
Right.
to Chloe and like shout out to Kelly. Because that's a honest conversation. Like, I mean, it does
Hmm.
happen across all like genders, all races, all ethnicities. So, like,
Right.
yeah, I can appreciate the conversation.
Period. Okay. Definitely let us know what y'all thought about this scene and any other scenes that y'all liked.
Hey,
Definitely shout out to everybody that's in the chat.
yeah,
Just looked
yes, it's
over. Shout out to Trey Carter. Thank you for being here. Much love. Appreciate
awesome.
you. Um he also said she needed a new hairstylist. She needed a new unit. That's what needed to happen. I'm not gonna blame this situation on Kelly. I just think the unit needed to be revamped, I guess you could say. or not revamped. She just needed a new one altogether. No shade. Hey Ashley.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you
for being
for
with
being
us.
here.
Yes.
Those are good.
Um, Ebby also said, also I'm happy Rachel outfit covered her you know what this time, so she could sit down on the furniture with no fear. Period.
My
Because
goodness.
I mean, she showed up and asked her. I said, "No shade, mamas. I'm gonna need you to put some paper down before you sit on my couch, okay? Like I'm gonna need you to put some plastic down. There's no plastic off this sofa before you sit your raw ass on my couch." But yeah.
Wow.
Um Oh, Ashley said, yes, you can do too much manipulating to a synthetic wig. No shade. I mean, yeah, the way I don't know, it just wasn't giving. But I do love that she wears her shirts. She reps her brand.
Hmm.
Chloe reps her, shirts and stuff. I feel like by the end of the season, everybody she fuck with is gonna have a shirt or something just to like promote herself. Shout out to the president that's in the building. Thank you for being here. Now, which president are you? Like which president are
Let
you?
us know, baby. Because if you
Yes.
Nixon or Reagan, you gotta get the fuck up out of here.
Ugh, gotta get
Or
gotta get this out of here.
or 45
Or 45.
or 40. What is he now? 47.
45 and 47.
I'm
The
sorry, that just kind of
gayest.
brought the vibe down. We're not here to talk about Agent Orange. So
Oh, he's
yes, baby, back to the sisterhood.
yes, this is
Kelly,
certain.
Chloe, and Rachel. And I'm still
Mhm.
gagged that Kelly almost ran over Rachel's daughter with her car.
She mentioned she's like, I didn't mean to. I think it was like a little joke. Cause I mean, I don't think she knocked her down or nothing, but she came in addressing that shit immediately. She said, because that's when Chloe was like, she get real sensitive about her kids. And then that prompted me to wonder like what their real issue is. We still don't know the full issue. I
Hmm.
was expecting for them to talk about it in this scene, but they didn't. So I was just like, okay.
I feel like
Um,
Robert Ray would be the only person that could bring them together to like either like hash out any differences or to have the conversation on camera.
okay. Roberta Dutchmaster. Shout out to YB.
Wait, who?
You think he would
Who?
he be calling Robert Roberta Dutchmaster? I think this is when he's in his messy era. When he was in his messy era, he still might be in his messy era, but this is when he got real messy. But yeah, shout out to YB Speaks, serving truth and justice. But yes, calling
Oh
her
my
Roberta
god.
Dutch Master, and I was like, you know what, that sticks. Like,
That is messy as fuck. Well, Bird
oh
Dust Master.
yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
I feel like yeah, I feel
Um,
like that individual is the only person that could get Chloe and Kelly. I'm sorry, Chloe and Rachel to
together to
yeah
speak.
to have the conversation
Okay.
on camera. Yeah, because I would like to know. I would like to
Now,
know.
is he gonna get them in the room under false pretenses or what?
I feel like he doesn't have to
Because
do
they
that.
both they're both
I feel like
they both were
after
invited to that party by him, thinking they was gonna get his attention.
and Kelly kind of invited them to her place and didn't tell them that either or was gonna beat her. So I feel like
True.
if Robert did kind of get them in the same building
You
or
have
same
to lie.
room under false pretenses, they might jump
Mhm.
him. They might
Ooh,
jump
I
him.
don't know how that's gonna go. That's
They
gonna
might jump
be
him.
something. Chloe was very much like, but did she die though? Right? She was just like, I mean, if she tapped her corners and she's still alive, she fine. Like it's no issue.
My
Um,
goodness.
tapped her kneecaps a couple times. It's fine. Like
Nunchucks are corners. Goodness, baby.
Ashley said, if the Simpsons continue to be right, we won't have to worry about 45, 47 very soon. Ooh, you right about that. Fingers crossed. No, I'm just playing. Um, but yes.
Goodness.
But
Hey,
yeah, I think I have a photo. I just wanted to get a up close look of the units in this scene. How do we feel about this? This is
I'm always
given
gonna be here
maybe
for the business up front party in the back.
yes.
I'm
Normally, it's kind of given like Tony Braxton, I want to say.
mhm. Anita Baker.
Yes, Anita Baker. Definitely a old nasty auntie do.
Mm-hmm. I'm here
Here
for
for
it,
it.
baby. If I could pull up to work like that,
Mm-hmm.
and I would, but I gotta wear like a hairnet, so it would ruin the purpose of having a wiggy do. But if I could pull up to work like
Mm.
that, then yes, yes,
I feel like this hairstyle gives you definitely have a clipboard at work. You're the woman with the clipboard
I could see
at work.
that.
You are ordering bitches around,
I
letting
could see that.
like telling them where to be.
I
That's what
could see
it's.
that.
I'm about business.
I
Yes.
could see that. I'm here for that.
Um,
Ah, bitch.
and I just needed to get I just needed to get a up close and personal look of the
You are
image.
so fucking shady.
Are we not reviewing the show? Are we not reviewing the show? I'm sorry. I just wanted to get into it because I feel like the front part looks better than the back part. And I just feel like the edges are I feel like do people only get their hair done to get their edges laid? I feel like you could have did that at home, right?
Maybe
You
Kelly
sound like
did the best she could with. Maybe Kelly did the best she could
nah,
to
I'm gonna
get
do
the
the best
best.
I can with what I got.
Something like that.
Jesus.
Something along those words, along that line. Yeah. Um,
Jesus. Um,
like you said, she should have just wore the black unit and got maybe wore the black unit and got that touched up.
mhm.
But
Mhm.
yeah, no shade. This kind of love you, Chloe. This is kind of giving PS2 here.
Not PS2. Oh my
Um,
god. The stiffness of it all. I'm talking about the PS2 hair, not her hair. But wait, yes, Ashley, the 10 out of 10 27 piece.
27 piece.
Yes. Let me just go back to it real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Here for it. She ate that up.
Mm-hmm.
Magic User said, Damon, you were both invited to Robert. You were both invited by Robert, hoping to get his attention. You know what? I'm just saying. They were fooled by him once, and he was in Florida doing God knows what. So Lord only knows what would happen the next time he invites them somewhere. But it's given drive by salon said she got a cute little. I don't know if this is her house or what. I'm assuming she do hair out of her house because I saw Christmas decorations.
Okay. Come through,
So
baby
ain't
D.
nothing
She
wrong
do
with
hair,
that,
sell, weed, and babysit all in the same house. Police don't know when
right?
to kick in the door.
Don't know when to kick in the door.
Period.
Yes. Um. So yes, one of my favorite things. Speaking of doing hair, or lack thereof, um, my standout scene is our next installment in the Adventures of Ted Lee. Okay. So yes, the next installment of the Adventures of Tedford Lee. This scene, he sat down with, or he
Really,
didn't sit down
Rutherford.
with him, but Tedford Lee Rutherford, yes, the third. Um, but yes,
The
he sat
third
down
baby.
with
There it goes.
Luman, the third. But basically, he met up with Lamont to get his hair cut. And this sent me because I had this thought, and then after I watched the episode, I scrolled down, and the first comment I saw was like, "Now they know damn well they did not cut a a fiber of hair off of Ted
Oh,
Lee's
Ted Lee's
head."
head.
Like, I was just like, "This is hilarious," but that's the kookiness I live for when it comes to Ted Lee. Like the fact that he would do something like that, like knowing damn well he did not cut your hair. And he can't cut your hair. No shade. Like, but yes, they talk.
He's definitely
Um
can't cut that man hair. Gonna be clogging his
no,
clippers up like a motherfucker.
baby, that's finger painting right there. Okay.
Yes.
That's graffiti. You about to spray that bitch down. No shade.
I can't.
Oh my god. But yes, they and I want to say that this also had one of the shadiest moments of the episode for me, because when they, as soon as he comes into the or when he's in the shop, Lamont is talking about how people have been asking for him to cut Ted Lee's hair, and I'm wondering like why Ted Lee of all people. But I'm like, they talking about they see that setup that he got, and they wondering how he's going to, I guess, cut it, knowing that there's some polish there, there's some, there's some paint, there's some things going
Some
on,
enhancements there, baby.
some enhancements. Yes. So I felt like that was very shady. And Ted Lee caught that shade because he was like, well, why me? Of all people? Like, so I said, yeah, this was a funny scene to me. It was very kooky.
Hmm.
Trey Carter said a campy barber scene is wild. Yes.
Listen,
Um
I have that in
it,
my notes. The last time I saw somebody pretend to get a haircut,
mm-mm.
they got their guts rearranged. So I said, where are we going with this scene?
I'm sorry.
You heard me, baby. Guts were rearranged from a haircut. I said, where are we going with this? And then
You
Lamont got that winning smile and those arms. So I said, baby,
the
oh,
heathen
okay.
that you are.
I'm just
I'm
saying.
about to put you on timeout.
I'm just saying. I said,
I
okay,
lived.
yeah,
Also, I'm
a
like,
campy barber scene. I said, yeah, the last time I saw a campy barber scene, baby. And I was
I'm
just like, oh, that's what we're doing. But I said, shout out to Ted Lee for putting his homeboy on and kind of giving the illusion of like haircut. He gave us like what the studio looks like, what homeboy
yes.
set looks like. It looks relaxing, comfortable. I
It
see
was
the
a
fish taking
vibe.
it back.
Would you
So
get your hair cut by Lamont? I mean, we didn't see him actually cut hair, so
that's
I,
that's that's
I
my
can't
point.
say that for
We
sure.
we didn't see this man's work, so I'm like, and this is kind of like crazy because this was like my funniest moment. But um, we'll talk about it. I was just like, oh, let's see the work. You can't really say you're chasing dollars and then not actually give a fucking haircut. And then you can't shade Ted Lee be like, oh, I was looking for property, but Ted Lee doesn't sell property, so it was kind of like sketchy. How the
I
fuck
want to
you
get my hair
talk
cut.
about he's
I ain't
sketchy
seen you cut a
and
hair
you on
yet.
here giving him this faux haircut? Like, homeboy, like,
He was kind of laying it on a little thick with the whole like I chase, I'm about my business. I'm not in the
like,
drama. I'm not like
well, can we
everybody else.
actually
I'm
see?
just like,
Yes, can we
okay,
see a real
okay,
haircut?
Lamont. Like, yes,
Like,
let's see what you're chasing. Cause the scene was hilarious, but it's like we didn't see you cut nobody
right,
hair.
cut
Um,
nobody here. All we saw was them nice ass teeth, and him
yes,
telling us that he's a
and the Mac
bisexual king,
brush,
which I stand. Like, let's go,
which I
Lamont.
live for. But
Let's go.
the Mac brush also sent me because I've never gotten my hair cut and somebody pulled out a Mac brush.
Listen, it's
Like,
literally not a paintbrush, but you know it's a brush of a larger size. If
yeah.
you're my barber, it's a paintbrush, but we're not gonna talk about that. It's a
Okay.
brush of a larger size. And he put out that foundation brush, baby. That brush for some
Well, he
blush,
does have to blend the makeup.
right?
He does have to blend it. So, um,
And that's crazy. I didn't even notice the brush. I noticed the brush, but I was just like, but now that
you
I
know what?
really
But
noticed, I'm
barbers
just
do
like,
have those brushes that they're usually bigger though. It's like to
yeah,
brush the hair off of like your ears and neck or whatever. But this is giving like Mac brush.
very
It's
much, yeah,
giving Mac cosmetics. Um,
very much highlighter brush.
yes. Yes, yes,
It
yes.
is.
But yeah, they kind of just talk about like their situation, or just like how they feel about the group and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, they just talk about where they're at with everybody. Like you said, he wanted to find a place, but he didn't want to tell Ted Lee because I guess his profession is constantly being critiqued, I guess, or up for discussion. Um
His title was always changing.
his title is always changing.
No shade, I
It's
love Ted Lee. Constantly changing, but it doesn't really seem to be like a promotion. A promotion.
Jesus.
I'm
He's
sorry.
pivoting. He's pivoting. You gotta do
Maybe
what you
he's an
gotta do.
entrepreneur. Let's give
Yes.
him that.
Yes.
Ted Lee's an entrepreneur. Okay.
Also, I thought it was interesting that he said that if he was gonna have a problem on the show, Lamont, it was gonna be because he's with a woman. He's in a relationship with a woman. Um I'm guessing a cis woman because he said he has kids, so I don't know if that's the mother of his kids. But I was like, why would that be a reason you get into it with somebody? I'm just saying. I'm like, what do you mean by that? Because
No,
like what?
I'm glad you brought that up because as soon as he
Because he
said
said
that,
something else. Clock
now as soon
it.
as he said that,
Clock it. He said something. I said,
no, as soon as he said that, they was
okay.
his confessional, and I saw it said Lamont Denver, and I said,
Mm.
Denver, Denver, Colorado. I wonder if he dating a white woman. No,
No,
listen.
ain't nothing wrong with that.
See, you just don't
What's
nothing
wrong with
wrong with
that?
that.
Nothing.
Listen,
Nothing's wrong with that.
what my co-host said, but yeah, I said, that's interesting. I
Mm.
wonder because at first he said that he would fool with Chloe and Kelly,
Chloe and Kelly,
and I was
yes.
like, I wonder if his girlfriend, his partner, I wonder if she is a trans woman or if, like you said,
That's
she's
what I was wondering.
this woman,
Hmm.
cis woman, but she's a Caucasian woman. Again,
You know what?
to each his own.
That could be
Float
the
that boat,
case.
rock the boat,
That-
work the middle, baby. But I was just curious. So, Lamont, if you're in the building, if you ever are in the building or want to be in the building, I will, let us know, baby. I'm curious.
With
I'm
a
it's not
W
like I'm not
W.
dying to know, but yeah. Then he told Ted Lee that him and his girlfriend like to fool around. I said, why are you spilling this information, homeboy?
Now
Like,
that also, I was like, okay, so is this what?
yo,
It
content
didn't catch me by
creators.
surprise, but it caught me by surprise because I said, "So y'all are having fun together. Are these devils threesomes, or is this?" I'm so sorry. It's Saturday. Hopefully, nobody is listening to this out loud. Um, in front of. But I just had to know. I'm like, is this a devil situation? Is this what is it, a MMF situation, or is
My
this a MFM
goodness.
situation? I don't. I'm
Why not?
curious.
Body situation.
I'm wondering how many sticks are in the equation. I guess I'm I'm just asking.
Maybe it's
Um,
maybe it's two mountain lions and maybe it's two chickens in the house and one rooster. That would be
okay,
interesting.
that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Um, shout out to Ashley Monet. Thank you for being here. Good to see you,
Yes. Shout out to
girl.
everybody that's
Glad
here
that you're
again.
here.
Heart. Shout
Yes,
out to everybody that's in
yes.
the building. Shout out to everybody that's
Also,
talking about playback. Please like,
absolutely.
comment,
Mm-hmm.
subscribe, share.
Mm-hmm. All
So
that, all that.
yes. But
But yes,
Mr.
also shout out to Uncle Jay who said had to blend the Beijing to his scalp.
My
That's what I was
goodness.
thinking. That's what I was thinking. Now I wonder, like, when it rains, like, what's the vibe giving? Because I feel like at this point you might as well just get a unit. Because if
Mm-mm.
it rain, that's gonna be
Very much melting. Looking
yes,
like homeboy from Kiss. Who is it? Gene Simmons? Yeah.
yes. And also shout out to him, be looking like, oh my god, from Chasing Atlanta. Who they had the Beijing and they was sweating and it was running down their forehead.
Somebody from Chasing Atlanta?
Yes, it's gonna come to me. But yes, that happened to somebody on Chasing Atlanta. Um,
Hmm.
but yes, Ashley Monet
Was it
said,
Wayne the Pain?
no, I think it was oh my god, and they've been on our show too, our channel. Um,
Oh my god, really? This is crazy.
you have a blessed night. I'm gonna have a lovely night. Him, Maced and Dario. I'm sorry, and Dario.
Cassadine?
Yes, Rico Cassidy. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name, but yeah, shout out to Rico Cassidy. But yes, that time his like Beijing started because he was sweating and he was like laughing about it. I wonder, does that happen to Ted Lee?
My goodness. Shout out to Rico Cassadine, baby. You are a
Yes.
keeper.
Ashley Monet said, I want to know who's telling him that he needs to cut Ted Lee and how many people it was if they exist. I think it might have just been him being shady, to be
Mm-hmm.
honest. Cause I feel like you need to go to a special barber to get your hair cut if you're Ted Lee and you have this Beijing.
My
No
goodness.
shade.
His barber does land on thick.
It's
My
it's thick.
goodness.
That's why I said you might as well just get a unit at
Baby,
this
he in
point.
that chair looking like a whole Dominican. My goodness.
Yeah. My Monica Dominicano. Jesus. Or
Baby, that
whatever she
chair
said
looking
in that
cute. I
verse.
know, baby. I
Yes.
live. Come through, Telly.
Oh my God. Yes. You know Ted Lee is a key. We live for Ted Lee. Um but yes. Trey Carter said I feel like Ted Lee would give us a mean M alpha alpha oh, alphabet moment if it rained. It would. For sure. For sure. Oh my God. But yes. Do you have your favorite of the episode? And definitely feel free to let us know your favorite scenes. We'll definitely, of course, talk about other things that happened in the episode, but those were our two favorite, two moments that stood out to us. I guess two moments that we want to key about from the episode.
Yes,
A
favorite
hairdressing scene,
episodes
but the hair is not being done. I'm sorry.
is
I just wanted to notate that.
um actual factual. Before we get into the favorite, I kind of wanted to ask the audience a question.
Mm,
So Miss Kelly, shout out to Kelly.
yes.
She had a date, a scene with her boyfriend. Again, shout out to
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, her partner. She mentioned that her boyfriend had been there prior to her transitioning. So
Yep.
um, she said that her and her boyfriend they date, go on a date night once a week. And I was like, ooh, like once a week. Now, audience, yawn. I would love to get y'all input on this because my opinion, I'm single, but when I do date, like, I got a nigga, I'm under my nigga, and my nigga is under me,
Oh,
and not
oh.
we're not like smothering each other, but again, like he's busy, like I'm busy, so when it's I don't know. Maybe it's more than once a week though. So how do y'all feel about that? How often do you and your partner go on like a date night? Is there a thing as such thing as too busy? For me, absolutely not. Like I'm never too busy for like any fucking thing. But let me know how y'all feel about that. I just had to get y'all input on that. Like
Yeah.
how
I
often do
mean,
for like the people that are in relationships? Like
I think I think it's more so them going on a date versus seeing each other. Because I feel like you could see somebody but not go on a date. Like you could see your boyfriend, like your boyfriend comes over and y'all hang out, or like, y'all meet up, but it's not like a date. Like y'all are just like hanging out, I guess you could say. Whereas I feel like a date is like them going to the movies, going out to eat, going to a concert, going to the park to like have a picnic or something. Like I feel like maybe that's what she means by date. But then again, she did say that she doesn't really see him that often, which confused me because I was like, well, I mean, like you said, if y'all live in the same city, I don't know why you wouldn't be able to see him more, I guess. I don't know. The scene was cute though. I will say.
yeah, definitely
Um
keep seeing.
yeah, I
Like
thought it was a cute scene. Like I said, it's good that we got to see her boyfriend, and like, in this episode, like, because we heard her talk about him
mhm.
in the earlier scene. Um Ashley said once a week with two grown people that's working is good. You're always supposed to be dating. Yeah, I agree. I think once a week is not bad. I think once a week is not bad at all. Like once a week you go out to eat, or even if y'all do something at home, but it's just something that y'all like plan together, and like maybe y'all play games together or something. I don't know. But yeah, I think it makes sense to me. If it's just like, now if this is the first time y'all seen each other this week, then it's like, oh, okay. But I guess it just depends on how busy you are. Um
Okay. Yeah, again, I guess I don't know like the context, but like I guess for me, like a date night, like
mhm.
I don't know. I guess for a date night for me, literally, it could just be us chilling, like in a house. For me, a date for me, literally, we don't have to unless like we order in or some shit, like food or some shit. That's like a date. But um, yeah, for me, just
See,
spending
I
time
don't.
with my partner is just. I feel like again, this is just me. Like spending time with my partner, that is like I don't feel like we have to go out to technically have to date or to date, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I feel like that's I agree with that, but I think that's what she means by date. Like to her,
Right,
a date is
right,
like if we're just chilling at the house, that's not a date. We just chilling at the house, which you might think that that's a date. I mean, it is a date to you, which is fine. I think that that's kind of a date depending on like what it is.
right, right, right.
But um but yeah, I mean, they seem to have chemistry. Like, you know, I think they're a cute couple. They were together before she transitioned. He's into like music and graphic design and stuff like that. So they, you know, they're both creatives. They both, you know, they're both out here getting it. So she's still doing them 20s and ones though. So I'm like, is this another open situation? Is that what Dallas is giving open?
My goodness. Well,
My
it
girl
doesn't
got a
get open
girlfriend. Is that what it is giving?
because she went through homeboy phone, so I don't think it's
She did.
too
She
open.
did. I thought she was. You know what? I'm not gonna say that. Um, as she said, laying up and date night are two different things. Yes, I agree with you, Ashley. I think laying up, like just like hanging out, which is cool. I like that, but I also want to go on a date. I also want to go out and do stuff. You know, go places, have experiences together. That's not just chilling in the house, I guess. But Trey Carter said, once a week is cute, like a Friday or Saturday outing. Kelly was giving long distance couple energy. I enjoyed the scene though. Yeah, it was given that maybe they don't live in the same city. She did say she travels a lot to do hair, but it's like, are you getting flued out to do hair? What's the I feel like we didn't get enough information about the scene or about the situation. Um
It's
as she said, something wasn't adding up. She was acting like she ain't seen him in months, but said they go on a weekly day. I noticed that too. And then she towards the end, she kind of got like in her feelings and like kind of started to like, you know, tear up. And I was like, oh, I didn't know it was that serious. I thought that y'all like I it seemed like at first, like, oh, they don't really like they see each other, but it's like they be busy. But then towards the end, it was almost like she ain't seen him in a while. So it was just like, oh, okay. Did he go to jail, girl? Like, no shade. I just,
my
I'm just, what happened? Like, did something happen to where like y'all weren't able to see each other for a long time? I'm just asking. Um, Netflix and chill ruined dating expectations. Yes, I agree. I agree. Um,
very
but
true.
different story for a different day, I guess.
But
But
you did mention, you did briefly, you did mention Kelly shedding those crocodile tears, and I say very much Derek Dipolito. Very much Derek Dipolito. If you know, you know, baby. If you know, you know.
And then she was like, "People gonna act like people gonna think I'm faking." I was like, ah, "Yeah, girl, I think you kind of faking this
Yeah, because I
shit."
don't see no tears.
Like,
I don't see. But
I
you
was
know what?
like,
Do
"What
what
did
you
she
do,
just?"
baby girl.
Yeah, you and your boo. I wish I would have
Mhm.
saw them doing something together. Maybe they could have like went painting or just did something creative together. Just seeing them walk on the street is just kind of like, oh, okay. I think that's kind of my issue with some of these scenes is that we don't see people doing stuff. We just see like them going places and then that being the backdrop for a
Right,
conversation that they have. And it's like, I want to see y'all do something. If you're gonna go to a fabric store, I want to see you cut some fabric. I want to see you talk about the different fabric and why this would be better than this and
right.
why this would be better for a skirt and how long the skirts are gonna be. Like,
Hmm.
I feel like I think you said this earlier, like it's just like the scenes are like backdrops to talk about drama that I don't
Right.
really find
Yeah.
interesting.
Hmm.
So let us know how y'all feel about the drama and like the chasing aspect of it, because I know we always talk about it. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I wanted to get more information about the relationship, and I wanted to see them do something in this scene for sure.
I
Uh,
agree. Definitely agree with. I'm glad that like the show isn't like there is some filler, but it isn't like all like filler. But
right,
I still do want them to do events and activities outside of like just being with the group. Like the date, like you said, I kind of wanted to see them like go eat or actually eat or do
right.
like so still enjoying the show though. But um, did you Did you have a favorite of the episode? I'm sorry. Did you have any thoughts on Kels and her man's?
No, that's about it. I mean, yeah, I just the thought just popped in my mind. I'm like, did he do a bid? He ain't do a twomp, but did he do a cute
My goodness.
3 months? No, I'm just playing. I'm making fun. Um, but my favorite of the episode, honestly, I don't really know if I had a favorite, if I'm not gonna lie. Um, did you have a favorite of this episode?
I would say Chloe. Outside
Okay.
of the wig makeover, I like her story. Let me not say it. I like her story. I like
Uh-huh.
how open she was to sharing her story. Damn it.
Got you.
So like I like her vulnerability and her transparency and her willingness to just like talk about what she's been through and like this is only like in episode 3. So yeah, shout out to Chloe for telling her story. Um, Also, shout out to Kelly for sharing her story. So
Mhm.
they were able to bond in that moment. But yeah, big ups to Chloe. So Chloe was my favorite of the episode, followed by Donnie. Oh no, that's
I can't.
Donnie.
Should we get
Ah,
into it, or should
baby.
we wait?
Let's get into it. Cause
Okay,
Donnie's a goddamn
let's
kid.
get into it.
He just be
Cause I
saying
think
shit.
yes. Actually, you know what? I did have a favorite this episode. Not to backtrack.
Okay.
But
Yes.
I think my favorite this episode, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna say, TT Uncle for sure. If you know
Rio.
who that is, I'm gonna say Rio.
Okay.
I like the scene
Uncle.
that he had with his friend who I guess is his former employee or someone that he used to work with. But he basically meets up with her and just talks about how like they wanna how they moved to Dallas. She also moved to Dallas and I guess she also has her own business. um I don't really remember what the business was, but like she has her own business and I guess she's taken a step back from his business to work on her stuff. But they seem really cool. Like they seem like they've been friends for a while. Rio talks about how, he also cooks, he caters. He caters, he just don't cater food. That's for the OG chasing Atlanta girls. But but yeah, he caters and he used to sell plates, but now he's trying to like move towards like events, like just doing food for events. He also talked about how like he's a father, he has a child, and just co-parents with his the child's mother, and he talked about coming out to his parents. So he kind of went over a lot of things in one sit down, but it seemed organic. It seems like he actually wants to present himself in a good way. He got a little hood in him, a little
Mhm.
ghetto in him, but like I feel like he seems like he's actually chasing. And I feel like I like to hear his plan because he like talked about how like he wants to do like how many shows he wants to do and like how many locations he wants to go to, almost like he wants to do like a tour with his he keep calling them his girls. I said, okay, madam. Like my girls. I said, okay. But yeah, I like how he had a plan. I like how he talked about, a little more in detail about like his goals and things like that. So yeah, he was my fave. I think he carries himself in a decent way. He kind of rubbed me the wrong way when he was like going off and like kind of adding to the negative energy at Jeff's video release party, but
Mhm.
I feel like just in a regular scene he seems kind of chill. So I was here for him and here for
I
the scene.
agree. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
He's also a father, which he
Yes.
revealed this scene. So yes, like
Yes.
I think I said off camera, like a lot of, or I might have said earlier in the review, like a
Mhm.
lot of the new faces are like opening up and kind of like letting the audience like know who they are or whatever. So I was
Right.
like, that's like dope. Like the father, like I wouldn't have taken Rio like as a to be like
As
a
a dad.
parent. So yeah, like that's like cool that he is like dedicated to his work, so he's able to like provide for his family, his son. So I think that's spectacular. Shout out to Rio.
Exactly. Yeah, and he said he has primary custody, so his child is with him all the time, pretty much. Like, so
Period.
that's cool. Love that for him. And his child. Oh, also I wanted to say we mentioned 27 pieces, 27 piece due earlier. Is this also given 27 piece?
Very much 27 piece.
I feel like it's
Yeah.
definitely giving, yes, the Latin version
Yes.
of Rachel's 27 piece.
Very yes. And
Yes.
I'm living
I
for
feel like he also has a clipboard at work, which he does because he owns he owns his own
it.
business.
Okay.
So
Rio's in charge of the girls. He definitely
he
has
is
a
in charge of the
clipboard.
girls. Yes, for
He
sure.
definitely has a clipboard.
But
Period.
yeah, did you have anything to say about this scene?
I just
And
like that. Like you said, he's hardworking. He's dedicated to his work. Like he has a goal. Um, he's just. Uh, I think the line of work. I think it's dope. It's entertainment. It's parties. It's drinking. Like I said, my audience would still be for um, mainly to protect my team.
the
So
LGBT,
yeah.
the
So
alphabet mafia.
okay, you said I did, but yeah, just people who I feel like my team would could be comfortable around, will be comfortable around. But I think that his plan and his hustle and just his mindset is dope as fuck. Cause like everybody's always gonna
Mhm.
want to party with like a pretty girl. So like
Right,
shout out
right.
to Rio and shout out to him being a father, baby. Like and
Yes.
like David said, Alphabet Mafia, who have like kids and who are dedicated parents. So period. Shout out to Rio.
Period. Yes.
That's
Did
it.
you have a least favorite?
Least favorite, absolutely. The person who called Rachel, I'm sorry, the person who called Chloe at 6 a.m. to come squabble with Rachel. Shame on
Yeah.
you. Like,
I was like, how do y'all even have each other number? And bitch, you call me at 6 in the
at
morning.
6
Like
in the morning?
I'm either at work or I'm asleep. So
Period, baby. Like,
or
what?
I'm sorry, I'm getting ready for work or I'm asleep. Like
Yeah,
I
I'm already at
no.
work or I'm asleep.
Yeah.
So, like, no.
Like
6
calling me
a.m.
with this child. Get off my phone, child. That's what it's giving.
Right?
Like
I have this kind of crazy idea that if somebody calls me with some bullshit, I'm just gonna put a bullhorn to the phone and just blow their
yeah.
damn eardrum out.
That's basically a way of macing them. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I support it.
Literally. But yeah, I
I
said the
support
person who
it.
called Chloe out to fight at 6 a.m. Like, and I was like, Chloe, you took the damn call? Like, when I tell you my
Yes.
phone would have been on do not disturb,
Do
baby,
not disturb.
if you ain't got no money for me at 6 a.m.,
I was gonna say she might have thought it was money on the floor, or on the, she might have thought it was money on the dresser. No shade. So yeah, like, what? How much do you have for me? Is that what she said in the trailer? Maybe she thought that it was
oh
a
my
that kind of
God.
situation. Um,
Anywho, did you
but
have
yeah,
a favorite of the episode?
I have two favorites. Well,
Okay.
no, well, no, I have one. I have one. I think my least favorite of this episode, I'm gonna have to give it to Mother. I wanted to. I feel like I still like. I don't dislike them, but I don't know. I just don't really like their energy. And I feel like for what they've presented in terms of like criticizing other people, I feel like they haven't really shown us much. But like you said, a scene in a fabric store.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, I don't know. I need you to relax a little bit. I get it. You're the girl. You're in charge of the girls. You're no nonsense. You're probably somebody's house mother, but I just need you to relax a little bit.
Right.
It's giving too much. Um, Also don't really like the comment that he made about Chloe. Like, I guess Chloe's like tube skirt and how they said like um her situation was hanging out, and I just feel like that was a little inappropriate, especially them being like, I mean, of course shade is shade, but like them being like gay men and her being trans, them making that comment just seemed a little like
Them
unnecessary
being
to me.
feminine gay men, you could say it, because
Yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
the femme queens who are
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They be kinda turning their
crazy.
energy towards the
Tagging.
yeah, and it's like and trying to be shady, and it's like, I don't like that. I don't
Mhm.
like that at all. Especially with this bleach beard. Like, you can't be shady.
Right? And
Like,
these damn Catwoman gloves. Like,
yes.
give it a rest,
I
baby.
Can we get into that fit? I'm sorry. Um, that fit, it was given like I'm sorry. It kind of looks like he got lost in the Michaels. Like I feel like I don't get it. I don't understand the like direction. I don't understand the references. I don't.
Remember that bear Puma Akuma from Tekken? That's what the gloves are giving. Just like
I
one
can see
swipe
that.
and literally your whole face is snatched. Snatched!
I can
Yes,
see
the
that.
whole face is gone. Talk about
It's
a
also
face off, baby. One swipe
it's
and your
given
face off. That's that. Yeah, I was like, it's
it's
crazy
also
because it's
given Vegas
always the people who
from
are soon to
Street
be
Fighter.
super critical of like other cast members. Like
Yeah.
fucking, I'm thinking back to Chasing LA season one, where everybody, D Hawkins contacts, were super fucking critical of Alicia, and then
Mhm.
decide to play Yeesh. And it was like,
Mhm.
baby girl, what's going on right here?
Yeah.
And
I was just
Auntie Money Van
like,
Zap, that's what's missing. Auntie Money Van Zap had to get them together. But this look right
there we
here
go.
is no. Like
Yeah. This outfit is no.
fashion with no fashions.
And
And it's
you have
crazy
to
because that clip, Sheree put out that damn commercial. She is strong. She is a mess. Um,
yes.
I saved that, bookmarked that on my Instagram the other
This
day.
might be She by Sheree. This
It's
might be She
definitely
by
she by Sheree.
Sheree.
It's a mess. So, like you said,
This is
it was.
giving
I'm
this
sorry.
is kind of giving sorry, this is kind of giving
It's a,
Sheree's fashion show if she did have the fashions. Because you know there was a fashion show with no fashions. But if the fashions did exist at that moment in time, I feel like this would be the
this
fashion.
would definitely be This
This
is
is
definitely will be
yeah,
her.
this is a chop for me.
Mhm.
I don't know what that material is, but it looks kind of like it just doesn't look expensive. It doesn't look luxury. It looks very like, and I
It
don't know if
would.
that's what you're going for. I don't want to say it looks cheap because I feel like that's kind of mean, but it just looks. I don't know. It's
It's
not
not
giving
fitted. If it was tailored to fit his body, it wouldn't look
that
so
too. That too. I
low.
wonder does he know how to sew? Because I feel like maybe because that's the second time we've mentioned that he could have benefited from a tailor, like tailoring the outfit.
It's
So I
always the
wonder
people
does he sew?
who always is lacking that could use somebody in their corner.
True. True.
Fucking G Status season two,
Mm-hmm.
Redacted Maserati
Mm-hmm.
was trying to, Reggie was that girl with the makeup, and it's like, oh, you
Mm-hmm.
burnt that bridge, and you literally could have.
And he looking like
So
Casper,
this is that
baby.
situation all over again. Very
Yeah,
casket ready.
yes, very
Very
Casper
casket
ready.
ready. And no
Um,
shade. I don't want to go there, but I drive past Cora's funeral home every day going to work. I was like, my goodness,
I can't.
is she over there? But yeah, this look
I
is
can't.
crazy because it's
Yeah, this
always
is a chop.
yeah.
It's
Oh,
just, yeah, yeah, I don't get the direction. I think I said this last review, but it just gives like people like fashion where it's like I'm just throwing everything at the wall. Which I mean, find your creative style. I feel like everybody's still working through their creative style or whatever, or their fashion or whatever. But yeah, I didn't live for this look, and I feel like the only reason why I'm like so critical of Mother is because I feel like every time we have a scene with her, it's negativity, and it's like kind of like you got your foot on somebody's neck, and it's like, girl,
mhm.
like I need you to relax. I need you to
Right.
we might have to put Mother in the category of with Jet Jeff of she need a man. I think, and I
Yes.
hate to say that, but I
Yeah.
think you need
She
something
need a
because
nigga.
yeah,
And if she got a
um,
nigga, God bless you, nigga. Cause
yes,
homegirl is uptight.
yes,
Like, but I get
um,
what you're saying. You don't want to like harp and seem like negative. He brings negative energy to the show. You don't want to give him negative energy. But it's like if you can't be so critical of other people and then really not deliver on a show called Chasing Dollars. Like, baby, you can't go to a fashion or no, I'm sorry, you can't go to a fabric store
right,
and not discuss fabrics. You didn't cut no
yeah,
prints out, like no
yeah,
samples. You didn't talk to anybody from the store about nothing. So it was just like gossip. It's like, don't waste our fucking time with this bullshit. Like,
right.
I'm sorry. I feel like I'm spewing negativity and harping, but this shit is just aggravating. It's like,
No,
don't be
I get it,
negative and then not bring anything to the table. But
right.
that's
And
sure.
then I did like how I will say I did like how Glenn talked about his nonprofit. He spoke about it just
Mhm.
a little bit, but it sounded interesting. I guess it's a nonprofit for people to get it's almost like what's that it's a company or like maybe a website that people use where like they like if you like to read, like you can go on there and like find people that like to read too, and y'all can like kind of become like a group or whatever. That's kind of what it sounded like. Maybe like, you know, getting to meet like trying to create an online community and then like trying to make that like a
Hmm.
bringing people in person. So I thought that that was cool. Um, he said that he's going back to I forgot where he said he was from. Um, but yeah, he's going back to his hometown to kind of work on it. So I think that that's super cool. Um, but yeah, did you notice that they all the fabric that they picked out was ugly? I'm sorry, but they kept saying they were saying that it was ugly, but they weren't picking out like fabric that they thought would look good. I thought that that was interesting. He touched that crushed velvet. I said,
Now, here's my theory.
no, no, no.
Here's my theory, and we all got to start from somewhere.
Uh
The
huh.
the top tier. There's that word again. The top tier fabric
I
might have been
mean,
a pretty penny.
hmm
So sample
not
what
the
you can
top tier
afford,
fabric.
baby.
Not the top tier fabric. Jesus,
Listen,
I want to just Jeff get top tier fabric since she's such a top tier girl. Oh my
top
god.
tier, baby. That's
Um.
the theme of this season. Top tier. But
Yes.
yeah, I feel
Yes.
like they selected the less conventional fabric
Yes.
because
Um.
that's just my theory. Mother Glenn, Shanti, y'all correct me if I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Ashley's so funny. She said, "Yes, Mother and Martin Luther Donnie are my least favorite."
Honey,
When he started, we gonna get to it, but I said, "Not you." I knew this was gonna happen, but we'll get to it. Ashley Monet said, "Mother keeps saying she's a fashion girl, but I'm confused." Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I do think Glenn, like in like a casual kind of like, oh, they dress kind of nice way. Like, you know, like I think he dresses pretty decently, but like it's more of a casual thing. It's not like he's
mhm.
a fashion designer. But yeah, I've never seen a fit from Mother that I'm like, oh, they ate that. Like I'm just gotta now that military fit was a key though. That was a key.
I will say he ate that. They ate that.
He
I was
did
here for
eat
the
that.
military fit. Definitely here for the military
He,
fit.
yeah. Outside of that one, I was like, I can't think of a time where the fit. But
Sean 2.0, baby.
definitely giving Sean 2.0 because
Fashion
where would
girl
Sean fit that?
with no fashion and they messy.
Yeah.
Like
Well, a
not even
fashion blog,
messy.
but
All
no
they do
blog
is
or
just
fashion.
gossip. So yeah.
Yeah. Um everything is avant-garde these days. But you know what? Yeah, this it's not avant working. I'm not gonna lie. It's giving craft.
Big purr,
Matthew
baby.
User
Yeah.
said the people that used to come at Neat for his fashions, but at least the themes and concepts were complete. Yeah, and I feel like you can always grow in your fashion and like, you know, develop, you know, a more keen sense of what you want to portray when it comes to fashion. But yeah, I just don't see it from other
Nick is
um
that girl when it comes to fashion. Like,
Neat does take
not like
risks. Yeah,
he
Neat
takes
Neat
risks,
is
but
out
yes,
there.
like within the last year, Nick could throw some shit on, and I'll be like, I want that bitch body, so I could
Mhm.
personally go rock this bitch fit. Like, Nick, give me your body for 8 hours, baby.
That damn Doug Dimmadome fit he was rocking with the cowboy hat. That all white baby.
Was that at the reunion?
No, I feel like it was at somebody's. It was like the first episode of like I want to say season 4.
Oh, I remember. Okay,
It was
I
at
do remember
somebody's
that, but I
event.
can't remember the event. Yeah, Dom
Yeah,
was the key for that, baby.
yeah.
Dom
You know
was
who
the key.
also dresses decently? T3
Tag, yes.
Tag.
Yeah, shout out to
Yes,
Chasing Atlanta, baby.
touched
Yeah,
by Tag. Yes,
Tag does just very, very nice.
I
The
think.
big dog, baby, was on the stairs
Right.
crying like a princess, though. Shout out to
Motherfucker.
Tag, baby. I miss Chasing Atlanta, but
Um.
yeah,
Yeah.
Chasing mother said Chasing Girl, yeah, not Fashion Girl. I'm sorry, I don't see it.
Yeah.
Um,
Trey said. Trey Carter said. it just screams, I really like gloves. And I just want to find something to put in with them. I'm not a glove person. I'm also not a lace person. So I just feel like those two things,
Mhm.
I'm like, it's a no for me. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like the creativity, but I just don't see the looks backing up the
Right.
word. Like I feel like at this point you're just being messy. Um, so
The gloves kind of look like oven mitts.
yes, I could see that. I could see
Like,
that. He looked at those gloves and was like, "The gloves must be worn on camera." I'm screaming. Oh, not not Colonel Medea. There you go. There you
my
go.
goodness.
There you go. There go the mess. Colonel Medea though. But yeah. Yeah, my least favorite, not really a fan, not gonna
Hmm.
lie. Did you say your least favorite?
Oh yeah, the person that called Chloe at 6 a.m.
True, true, true,
And
true.
crazy. This is off the record.
Nobody on the show, if you had to choose.
Anybody on the show? Probably mother. But since you said mother, um, no, I would say mother. He's kind of like the only
Okay,
person who hasn't really gave anything. I mean, the haircut was like fucking shit. It's like, come on, really? But at least like Lamont is attempting to show like his craft. Like I said, we got to look at
true.
a glimpse at his like studio, his like setup or whatever. But
Mhm.
um, also when he's on camera, he's not shady. So yeah, I'm gonna go with mother because anytime like they're on camera, it's just negativity and just unnecessary shade for no reason.
Right. You know what I wish that they did on this show is because we're chasing, right? Everybody has their profession, everybody is a stylist or a musician. I wish they had like little segments or scenes where the person could educate the audience about their particular trade, like or their
Mhm.
particular art. So like if you're a barber, like I mean, of course you don't want to give away no secrets, I guess, but like what like sets you apart? Like what do you like what kind of experience do you create for your client? Like, what's some tips or something that people can like do, to preserve their haircuts or, deal with razor bumps or something like that.
Mhm.
Like, I wish that was a segment, and even being like a artist, like a singer, like talk about how you like to sing and like just being more specific, I guess. It's very general, but
I like that
yeah,
definitely. So you asked if because I'm still thinking back to when the girl mother, oh Ariel O'Hara Monroe, jumped out of that car, sold the goddamn dress and them heels, and then jumped
hmm
out of the car in the heels. And I keep
nothing
thinking
to
back to that. Now we need a
and go.
segment on that. Now we don't need the girl jumping out of the car while it's moving. We don't need that. We just to have her sit down and just talk about like fabrics and sewing and stitching and how
Yeah,
to just different patterns of sewing so you can like every
and I
pair
don't
of
feel like
jeans isn't like the fucking same, and every sweater isn't like the same. So it just seems and shit like that. So yes, I think that's a very, very, very dope concept, especially to somebody who isn't, in the know about something like graphic design and sewing and music engineering and photography. So
right.
that's
I
huge.
think I do feel like somebody could say like, "Oh, like you could just go to YouTube to like find that." But it's like it's interesting coming from somebody in the community
Right.
and like somebody that's on this show. Like I feel like it
Mhm.
gives a different like dynamic. It gives a different side of the show. They're not just people that are chasing. There's somebody that can educate and they can really just like show that they're about their shit. So
Mhm.
I don't know. I think that that's interesting. But Trey Carter said, my least fave was Sean. I don't like the comment he made about Chloe. It was real nasty. His energy just gives bitter. Yeah, I agree. Sean is another one that is just I'm just like, oh, why are you here? Like, I'm sorry. Like, I just get so annoyed because it's like I just don't feel like you're adding anything to the show. Like, it's just unnecessary to me. But let's talk about that scene that he had with Jet Jeff. Cause I did think it was interesting. Also, where the fuck did what is this? I don't understand what's going on with this. Why does he keep bringing up like words on his phone? Is that something that the kids are doing? I didn't understand what he was doing and why he was doing it. Because
Um,
he also put Clout Chaser on his phone, and like I was like, why? Like, what is happening? Um, yeah, I didn't understand. Um,
I'm not. I don't. I think Jet Jeff. I'm sorry to say this. Jet Jeff is buying his own delusion. Um,
mhm.
the Peruvian princess is drinking the Kool Aid, and I think Andario
Ooh,
just needs to slap that shit right out her hand.
ooh, Jesus.
I'm sorry. Like this storyline, if it's supposed to like, I'm sorry, we're talking about Sean. The comment Sean made
Yeah,
about um, first of all, this whole friendship is fraud as fuck. During this
yeah.
conversation, it was it stood out to me, or it just made me realize Sean treats his relationship with Jet the way Jet treats his relationship with Ted Lee. We're not really
Ooh,
friends.
that's
I'm
a good
in
one.
it to kind of gain something from you, or I'm just in it to kind of be messy. Or the only time I'm with you is to be messy. I'm not trying to support
Yeah,
you. Oh, I'll meet up with Ted Lee. Do you really see how house is, or what's going on with that? So
that's
he
a good
wants to meet
point.
up with Sean, and it's like, oh, you were being shady, and then Sean flips it, and now we're gossiping about somebody. It's like, bitch, what?
Somebody in the comments said the way he pivoted was crazy.
Like,
Like what did they said? They said, "Oh my gosh!" Shout out to the people that comment on the chasing reality or the actual
very
episode,
nutty.
but they said something about the reverse Uno
Yeah,
that he pulled,
ultimate
and
reverse.
now they're gossiping. But yeah, I that you really ate with that because I never really thought about it like that. But yeah, like I think it's almost like Sean is like those people that are friends with people, but it's almost like they're their bullies too. Like it's like
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with you, but I'm also kind of like picking on you, and I don't really see it
Mm-hmm.
for you, but like I act like I'm friends with you. I feel like that's
Mm-hmm.
what this relationship gives. Like, and I feel like Jet gets something out of it because he gets like what what the streets are talking about because the streets are talking. As Erica Mena said, the streets are talking. But you look like a clown out
Believe
here in these
me.
streets. But anyway, but yeah, I feel like he feels like he gets something out of it, but yeah, I feel like he then goes on to treat Ted Lee the way that he gets treated by Keyshawn.
Yep.
And I feel like that's so funny that I just realized that. But but yeah, I feel like I'm like, this is not your friend. And I'm like, Jeff, like, I don't get what you're gaining from this relationship, like, other than somebody to be messy with.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this person doesn't have your best interests. So like they're
Yep.
going behind your back. They're
Yep.
hiring the ops. Like, or they're encouraging the ops to be in your space. Like, mm-mm.
Yeah.
Kind of
This I don't like you said. I don't know what the fuck Jet Jeff is gaining from his alliance with like Sean. Um,
yeah.
I guess it's messy. I don't know. It's just funny that it's like too old for this shit. Like,
They are. They
what the
are.
fuck? But I guess it, in a way, it makes interesting like television. But like, there is no way in hell like I would call somebody a friend that's like you said, hiring the ops. But then again, Jet Jeff is drinking the Kool Aid. I'm sorry, because why the fuck did he show up to the sit down this rent man security guard? Like Jet Jeff, chill the fuck out. Like,
Not with this black man. Well, he's not beating them allegations that Donnie was out. I'm
listen,
just playing.
he went from a Spanish security guard, and I think my theory stands because if Homeboy wasn't getting topsy in the bathroom, he would have been back for
There
round
we
two
go.
as security guard. But listen, I'm like
That makes a lot
Jet
of
Jeff,
sense.
come on, like you cannot convince me that you are terrified of like
Oh,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Like,
Would you be afraid of Callista Flockhart? Nigga, this is
goodness,
Bones, okay?
goodness. I was like, yeah, this storyline is orchestrated, and like when you just hit the photo up with the couch hits on his phone, I think it's Jet just buying his own fucking. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
and calling
It's
him.
just given like
I'm not
yeah.
interested. How do you feel about it? Audience, let us know how you feel about this damn storyline. Just let us know how you feel about this episode in general. Anything that we said that
Hmm.
struck out or stuck out. Um, yes, but let us know how you feel about Jet Jeff X Donnie Moon. Like, is the storyline carrying the show? Like, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
let us know. Let us know how y'all feel about it. I personally, I guess we can get right on into it. Hold on, let me just. Um, Sorry. Do you want to give your thoughts on the sit down? First of all, I want to bring up a fit before I
Are you bringing
before
up Donnie's pink Playboy bunny?
not that fit, but
'Cause he kind of ate with that.
I was gonna say the Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen fit. I'll You'll know what I'm talking about when I pull it up. So this fit with the fur on the collar is giving Ashley Tisdale, Hillary Duff, circa like what 2006, maybe
I said
2005.
Jet Jeff loves him a goddamn fur. Like
Yeah,
this coat is so. This is not it.
it's
Like
it's so wrong that it's right.
I feel like it's always a miss. Like Jet Jeff is thick. Don't get me wrong. Shout out to all my thick niggas, all my thick boys, all
Yes,
my thick Peruvian princesses. But
yes,
this coat with just like some knee high boots would have just ate. Just
it would have.
button
It
at the
would.
waist, thigh high boots, and that's it. And it's like Jeff kind of always misses the mark. Like I'm not mad at the coat, but like the shirt should just not have been there. Or if
Yeah,
he just didn't feel comfortable with like just the, I guess not having just a bare chest, maybe a fucking I don't know a beater
mesh,
t-shirt, yeah, mesh. But
silhouette
like
mesh. Yeah,
I'm not mad at the coat, but the shirt just kind of ruined the look. So
that's Chloe's shirt too. I'm noticing that she made for him.
shout out to the
So
girl
that's
Chloe. So
I
yeah, like
definitely
my bad.
no. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I was just saying, like, now that I know it's Chloe's shirt, I'm not saying that the shirt is ugly, but
Hmm.
again, shout out to Chloe. But yeah, the shirt just any shirt would have ruined this goddamn look. He should have just been mesh top or bare shirt, bare
Yes,
chest, thigh high boots, and it would have ate.
maybe
But
a turtleneck.
I'm not mad at a turtleneck.
I would a crop turtleneck. I feel like that might have ate.
Hmm. See with the coat. See if it was
I
just
don't
a
want
mesh
him to be
crop top.
swaddled
I
up
feel like
in the
the coat
coat.
was just so much that you really don't need anything under it, baby. If the top should be
Okay,
mesh.
okay.
The coat
The
was
top
just
should
enough,
be
baby.
mesh.
And then
The
you just
top.
sit down and you just serve
Look,
thigh. Kind of like homegirl Ada Wong from Resident
okay.
Evil. That's bad bitch.
Eyes on the sofa. Okay. Here
Listen,
for it. Okay.
that and there you go. But who was
You
this
said
security? Is
rent
that
man
T wearing the
bodyguard. It might be.
back? Hey B, is that T wearing the
Not T where.
back? Goodness.
Going from renting man to being rented. That's a full circle. Baby. That's a full circle. Shout out to the shit we do for love.
Anywho, yeah, what you think
Like
about this look?
this look, I'm not gonna lie. I see what you mean, but I feel like the coat is so much that I feel like you need something else to top it. Um, you just need something else to like make the look go even better, like or look even like more campy and just like out there.
The two
Um,
Beyonce braids. The
ooh, I now braids. I don't know. He got to be careful because you know he got them damn cultural appropriation allegations. He could have did some mean individuals or maybe some straight backs.
how long are the straight backs?
Um, you know how there's that hairstyle where they do the two braids. They're not straight backs, but the two like almost like boxers. They have like the two braids
Mm-hmm.
just going down his back.
Okay. Okay, I'm not mad at that.
That might have ate. But yeah, the
And
jacket,
make them under braids. Yeah, make them under braids.
yes,
I'm not
make
mad at
them
that.
under braids. But yes, I feel like this is also giving cowardly lion maybe. At Bulldogs,
My
I feel
goodness.
like it's giving that.
I feel like if you walk in the Bulldogs with that coat on, somebody might rob you, or you're gonna end up in somebody's power bottom. Either way,
Ooh,
it's just not gonna be a good night. I mean,
It's
it's gonna
also
hopefully
given
be consensual, but any it's just yeah, you walk into that Colton Bulldog, somebody's gonna rob you, or a nigga is gonna try to be up under your skirt in like 5 minutes.
ooh,
It
ooh,
is.
that don't sound, you know what? It's also kind of giving like Nikki Parker energy. I feel like he's like the Latin Nikki Parker because he definitely dresses like her.
I'm not mad at that.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
not mad at that. Is Ted
um,
Lee? Is Ted Lee Kimmy?
yes. I'm into that for
I
sure.
kind of hate that for Ted Lee. Ted Lee can be in Dale.
You know who Kimmy is? Mini him, his mini me. I think it's I think
Is Donnie?
yes. Wait, no. I think actually I think he's gonna be Kim, and I feel like Nikki Parker is actually Rio. But Rio doesn't dress like Nikki Parker. Anyway, okay, sorry to derail. But shout out to him in these Nikki Parker fashions. Cause I could definitely see him in the video in the intro of the Parkers. But anyway, yes, this sit down. So he sits down with Donnie. Um, how did you feel about the sit down? I felt like Jet Jeff was eating, not eating Donnie up, but I feel like Donnie was struggling to like really come to like a coherent explanation as to why he doesn't like Jet Jeff and where they went left. I feel like I was understanding more of what Jet Jeff was saying versus what Donnie was saying. Cause he's like, oh, you put me in a song, and he's like, I didn't put you in a song. Like I made that song way before I unfollowed you. So like, and he's like, well, you were like talking shit about me with Seven. And I feel like I kind of agree with what Jet Jeff was saying, where it's like it seems like you went over to Seven, Seven Deep, thinking that you could keep with him and bond with him over that. Clearly, that didn't work out. So now you over here, like, oh, why did you turn on me? But it's like it's giving clout chaser. Like whoever you think you can get in with, you gonna get in. So, what do you feel about that?
Um, I like Donnie. If he
He is a key, but I just feel like I'm getting clout chaser
yeah,
antics
if he
because it's
is
like
going that route, like cloud chasing, um, that's
and his
unfortunate.
music is not bad. It's better than some of the stuff we've heard on these on this show. So
I still believe that this goddamn beef is goddamn orchestrated. Like,
for sure, for sure.
um, other than that, like it's drama. Like, I think Jet is talented. I think Donnie's talented. They should just be talented and just be cordial. Honestly, I hate to say this as a reviewer, I wasn't I wasn't interested in this damn storyline when Jet Jeff sat down with Ted Lee. I was like, this guy's irrelevant, but here
Here's
he
his name,
is, my
and
star.
this is what
I
he
was like,
does. Yeah,
yeah,
it's like
it's like
okay,
this is
um,
gonna be one of those. But again,
yeah.
like the backdrop was um interesting, baby. I don't know if they were at like a nightclub or a strip club. I think they were at a strip club because Donnie has just finished working.
Mhm.
Also, shout out to
Right.
Donnie, the stripper with a sugar daddy. So
Yes.
he got income coming in. He got a pretty penny. But
Whatchamacallit said that who was it? Who was it? Zesty said that he was a 30-year-old with a sugar daddy. I said, is that a read?
I was
Like
like, what about
it
it?
was so random. I was like, okay, is that a problem? Is something wrong with that?
You
Like,
know what it gave? Remember that season of Basketball Wives when Homegirl read Hazel, not Hazel, Hazel read Sanaya for being like mid 30s with no baby with no kids. It was
right. I
like,
was like,
okay,
that's not a bad thing. I want to know, and definitely let us know in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's watching and bearing with us. Um, so Donnie said that he still is a stripper, and that's what he uses to provide for himself and his family. At first, I thought he was trying to be shady, but then like he was like, "Oh, I strip," and I was like, "Oh, okay, you literally just telling the truth." Um, but how would you feel if you walked in the in the club and you saw Donnie on a pole?
Um, I would refer him to Coach Stormy Wellington.
To be Coach to Millionaire Status.
Yes, to be Coach to Millionaire Status, baby. Beyond the Pole season 3,
Yeah, shout out to Beyond the
SBTQ,
Pole. If anybody knows what we're talking
loading.
about, the reality
Yes,
show Beyond the Pole,
yes. Shout out to Beyond
basically
the
a
Pole,
stripper
baby.
version of this show. But
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 honestly,
yeah,
Donnie's a key, so I probably wouldn't spend no money, but I would probably watch him. Like, I feel
okay,
like he's just as energetic and hyper on stage as he like is when he's off the goddamn stage. But
true.
shout out
Okay,
to
I could
Donnie.
see that.
Again, shout out to Jet
Um,
Jeff because I don't want to seem like I'm anti Jet Jeff. And baby, it's okay to feel yourself and to be confident, but
mhm.
just
It's
and I need you
it's
to slow it
borderline.
down.
It's borderline in a little bit.
You're just borderline, baby. Put that 25 mile per hour car, put that in the 5 mile per hour zone, baby. Slow it all
Yes,
the way down, baby.
yes, change gears for sure.
Yes,
Um,
okay. But yeah, shout out to Jet
but
Jet. Shout out to Donnie Moon. I do
yeah,
want to say I fucking keyed. I screamed when Donnie said Jet doesn't take photos with black people. I said, Donnie, shut your ass up, baby. If this nigga ain't gonna do nothing else, he's gonna talk out the side of his fucking neck.
right. Say something crazy. Like, what are you talking about?
Like what?
Like,
He was
it's,
like, "Who told you that?" He was like, "My ancestors. I don't know their name, but my people." I'm like, Donnie, baby, you losing
I'm
me.
telling
Like,
you, might have some identity issues. No shade, because talking about the ancestors and then my African king forehead, I said, first of all, I know you like your mama, so don't go there. I know you look just like your mama, so I don't think it's an identity
my
forehead. No shade.
goodness.
Um, but but yeah, I think there might be some identity issues there, maybe. Um, but I said shout out to Donnie for the pole work. I didn't know he was gonna get up on that pole and show show us what he was made of. I said
Bust it
okay,
down.
period.
So if he can't
Um,
get coached by Stormy Wellington, he should try out for Jocelyn's Cabaret.
yes,
Get to
ooh,
that
yes,
Zeus
he
bag, baby.
should. He should. They should open up Jocelyn's Cabaret to multiple different types of strippers. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know about his safety because Jocelyn loves to
Attack her
yeah,
girl.
the girls.
So I don't
Yes,
want that for him.
I
Now
don't
it's
want that.
crazy how Rio got a set of girls, Jocelyn got a set of girls, and
Mm-hmm.
Natalie Nunn got a set of girls, baby. Which bag you
Different.
want? Audience, answer me that. Which bag do you want? Do you want a
Which
Jocelyn
bag do you
Hernandez
want?
bag? Do you want a Rio bag? Or do you want a Natalie Nunn bag, baby? Do you want to be one of my
Well,
girls? Put that in a
I'm
banner across
gonna.
the live. Do you want to be one of my girls?
Oh
Goodness.
my god. I think I would rather be a one of Rio's girls because that work seems legitimate. Something about Natalie Nunn, she's definitely gonna have you.
Selling pussy in
Uh,
Italy, baby.
I was gonna say allegedly selling pussy in Italy.
Selling
Jesus,
pussy in the Alpines, baby.
or in Dubai.
Okay. You said
We
Dubai,
don't
my
need that.
goodness.
We don't need that. But yes,
My
I'm gonna
goodness.
say Rio's girl. Shout out to Rio. But
Okay, yeah, shout out to Rio.
and shout out to Donnie, like I said, doing his pole work. And also
Mm-hmm.
shout out to his friend that was doing 10% in the background of that music video. Just like I needed a little more energy from Miss Williams. He was she was giving like a good 10% and no shade.
My
No
goodness.
shade. But even when they was talking in the scene, she was like, or they were like, "Oh yeah, I got you. I'll do whatever you need me to do." I'm like, "Did you just finish a shift? Why you giving low energy?" Like, I would have been that bitch like, "Yes, we about to turn this shit up. Like, yes, we about to spin on the pole, baby. I'm
My
about to work. We about to get this shit popping. We about to get this shit popping."
You said
But
low
no,
energy.
was low energy. I need somebody to get her a Red Bull because the energy was low. And it was low in the music video too. Like, but it was key.
Ooh.
It was a key. Shout out to Donnie and their friend for the music video. But yeah, I wasn't mad at the song. The song was interesting. Honestly, no shade, no shade. I do feel like the song in that music video was better than Jeff's song from his video release party. How do
I
you
would say
feel?
this song was better. It's really catchy.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, I feel like this song was
The
better than
beat
that
is
song.
really,
Yeah.
yeah. No, again, no shade to
So
Jeff, but yeah, I really like the beat. of this song?
I like the beat. But yeah, yeah, I enjoyed it. But it's crazy because I feel like the two songs that we know from Donnie, I feel like is he might be eating Judge Jeff up. Judge Jeff has the consistency, he has the creative direction, he has the budget, but the music, I don't know. I don't know about the actual music. But Donnie's music, I'm like, okay, this is kind of catchy. I'm not gonna lie. Um,
Well, last season Jet Jeff had that damn bout. I cannot remember what it was.
oh yes, yes, yes.
Um,
I do remember.
oh, I can't think of the.
I don't remember the name either, but I know what you're talking about. Yeah, it wasn't
Shout out to
bad.
Jet Jeff. He did
It
have
was
that.
kind of a vibe.
Bout.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, so the sit down. Um, but yeah, we don't really get a full understanding as to why they're beefing. I feel like we said, I think it's a scheme set up by Todd, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know. I just feel like that it's not really interesting. I wish it was more of like a cute reading session, a cute back and forth, maybe. I feel like that would have entertained me more than this situation. Even though watching Donnie scramble to try to like come up with a real reason why he doesn't like Jet Jeff and why he has beef with Jet Jeff outside of him being a clout chaser was interesting and funny. But um yeah, it was, I don't know. It kind of disappointed me. I wanted it to be more interesting, more of a read session, a key. He did say some outlandish things though.
He did.
Don he said that he's did he say that he's the gay king of drill rap? I said, who does bitch think she is? Ice Spice? Like
My
what's going on?
goodness. Baby, that's that light
Like
skin mentality.
I said, not drill. I ain't heard no drill music from you, but I don't know. Um,
Not
but yeah.
Ice Spice, my goodness.
Yeah. The music, I don't know. I was like, I don't know about no drill music, um but yeah, the argument left much to be desired. Um and not him saying he was the Malcolm X of the gay community. I said, "Oh, I think y'all are on the same level of delusion.
Very much
Maybe
so.
that's why y'all beefing, because y'all are a lot alike. Because the delusion coming from both of them is
Out of this fucking world.
yes, yes, for sure. But
Baby. Stand next to them with like some type of radiation monitor, and that shit would just be going off the goddamn scale. Just
yes,
a delusion radar detector. Goodness. He said
delusion.
that. I said, Donnie, you losing me, baby. And you need to be careful what you're saying in Dallas, cause
Exactly. Because if them
baby.
Latin men jump you, baby, that's that's gonna be your
See,
fault. And then I'm like,
Mike can get
is
away
it
with
your
saying that shit in Oklahoma. Not saying that's okay,
oh?
but you might can say
Mhm.
that shit around certain blacks in Oklahoma. Can't say that shit in Dallas, baby.
And then I'm like, isn't your homeboy the one that you pulled up to the party the first episode? Aren't they Hispanic? Child, that might be one of them. One of them people that hang with people that don't really fuck with them, but
Mm-hmm.
that might be his Ted Lee. that might be Donnie. That might be Donnie's Ted Lee. Because I'm like, how
My
are you friends with
goodness.
somebody and they're talking about deportation and you're Latin? I don't
Maybe
know.
that's why his energy was so low in this music video.
That was the other friend.
Oh, wait,
Yes.
what's it?
Yes, that was the
Okay,
other friend.
goodness.
Yes. Um I'm so sorry. I will be right back. Let me do you just want to give your thoughts on like the sit down, maybe go through it? But I will be right back.
Yeah.
To just dip off real quick, but
Yes. Okay, so long this motherfucker Damon will be right back. So sit down with motherfucker Donnie Moon. I keep wanting to call that man Donnie Brasco, and I keep it's a goddamn movie. Donnie Brasco is that goddamn nut ass movie with Jake Gyllenhaal. But Donnie Moon and so I'm gonna just be honest, like I said, I wasn't really interested in the goddamn sit down. Like it's I feel like the beef is orchestrated. Again, no shade to Jeff and no shade to Donnie. I'm just not invested in this damn beef. And if this is the storyline that's going to carry season 6, where is Ted Lee? I'm gonna keep manifesting this. Ted Lee and that Beijing. should have been like the focal point, the center of season 6. Like, um, Jet Li or Jet Li, I'm sorry, Jet Jeff and Donnie Moon just need to get in the booth and just battle that shit out like that. This no more sit downs because honestly, I'm not invested unless somebody pulls a can of mace out of their pocket and sprays the other person. I'm not invested. Um, I'm just not here for drama. So, hey B, I do want to talk about somebody in the goddamn chasing comments. No, this shit got me. I don't know who the fuck left this goddamn comment, but somebody in the chasing comment said that Donnie gives a crazed fan, and this Donnie and Jet Jeff fiasco is kind of similar to Yolanda Saldivar and Selena Quintanilla Perez. I'm so mad that I did not screenshot that goddamn comment, but I said, shame on you. Like, first of all, how the fuck you make that fucking comparison? Like, this right here is nothing like what happened in reality. So, like, again, like Damon said, same
Yeah, sorry. It's definitely giving
girls that
delusion.
Donnie
Not you calling.
like threat to his safety. Um,
I'm sorry.
Goodness. No, thank you. Yeah, you came right back on time. So I'm talking about the sit
Wait.
down, and I just mentioned to the audience that I came across. Is you good?
Yes. No, I'm still keying that somebody called Donnie Yolanda.
So you
Like,
heard that?
wait. Not a
My
crazy man.
goodness.
Like,
So you okay? I was just telling the audience about the damn comment that I
I
came
was
across.
like,
Somebody said
wait,
this
what?
is
Like,
yeah,
it's not gonna
this
here.
is like Yolanda Saldivar and Selena. I was like, who the fuck left this damn comment? Like,
I'm screaming.
yeah, I'm like, this is a real ignorant. But
Yeah.
I was just
I
telling
said
the audience,
so.
no, I'm not invested or interested in any more sit downs between Donnie and Jet. They should just get in a booth and battle it out. Like,
Yeah. Get in the booth or get in the bedroom because something is happening.
listen, then
Like,
Donnie claiming that Jeff is exploiting black men in their BBC. Like, what was you doing, homegirl? So why don't y'all just go share a
was
black
y'all
man?
getting money together? Is that what was happening? And now that y'all not friends
What
anymore,
didn't
now
I at least say? What didn't I at least say?
you know what? We're not gonna go
We
there.
not. But they should just go do that bop because we know they bop, so they should go do that
Yeah,
and either do that or get in a booth. I
I
should
said
get in a
that.
booth, but I'm
I
not
think the
interested in this goddamn storyline. Like I said, unless somebody pulls out a can of mace and sprays the other person, don't have another sit down. At least for me, I'm
I
good.
think the most like what gave me I feel like the loudest thing in this like situation was Donnie's shirt. That loud ass shirt. I said, where did you get this shirt from? Like, not I wasn't living for it. Um,
Very,
very like maybe 90s.
it is the pattern is very Saved by the Bell.
Yes, very Saved by the Bell. Saved by
It
the Bell.
is.
Saved by the Bell. Um, but yeah, was not here for. Yeah, the sit down. Yeah, like we said, it just left much to be desired. I feel like they should have just did a cute little read session back and forth
Mhm.
and done with it. Um, this whole narrative that Donnie's trying to push that he's exploiting black men and you're, you know, I don't know, you're for the people. Yeah, you're saying problematic stuff. I don't know. To me, it's just like I don't. It's not working.
Mhm.
Just say I don't like you. Like I don't know. Like I just feel like this scheme doesn't make any sense to me and it's poorly it was poorly put together. So
Agreed.
um
Agreed. Goddamn agreed.
yes. And let me highlight a couple comments because I see some people in the chat. Um, Trey Carter said, "My least favorite." Oh, I already read this one. Um, Magic User said, "I know the music is a chop finally coming around." I mean, it's some hit or misses. You know, some of the ones I can see myself bopping to.
if I'm
Do you got
if
a boo because I want to? That's what that Jeff Jeff bot was.
yes.
Okay,
That one was
do you got a boo
that one
because
was
I
cute.
want to? He want a
Yes.
line. He want a candy man. My
Right.
baby.
That's who we was subbing in Candyman. Or that's who we was subbing in that. Ashley Monet said, "Yeah, I agree. The beef is still it's not giving, but it honestly makes Donnie look unhinged." Yes, and and that scene where he's like doing his music video, I'm like, would this bitch stop moving? Every time somebody else is like that, where they talk with their hands like this. The bald dude from Reno 911, deep cut, but the bald dude, he's like a pervert, and they always like have to
The
arrest
one
him,
that
but he's
wanted
like,
to plant that tree for Arbor Day because it gave him pleasure.
yes.
Okay, he's doing the back because he kind of ruined the front. Him. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm deep cut. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Goodness.
Comes to his hands like that. And it's like, oh my God, stop moving. Like, yes.
He does. He does.
But yeah, did you have any like a lesson of the episode? I know we've talked about some looks this episode, so um do we want to skip to the lesson? Or no, letter grade, right?
Oh yeah, letter grade. Then listen. Letter grade. I gave this episode a B, like a B. Like,
Okay.
it wasn't a bad episode. Like I said, it was a good episode. I just kind of want the cast to do, you said, a little bit more. Like, um, I want to see like skirts be made, or I want to see people be styled, and I want to see hair cut. I appreciate like the cast being open and vulnerable, but baby, it's chasing, no shade. So yeah, I give it a B. How about you,
I
Juan?
would give this a B minus.
Okay.
Maybe C B minus. Cause I feel like there was some moments that were that were funny, and people were being vulnerable. I'll give it a B minus because some people opened up. It's still early in the season. I don't really live for any other drama. None of it interests me. Even that weird situation with Zesty and what is old boy's name that has a nonprofit, that
Oh,
main one.
Glenn.
And Glenn, that whole back and forth was weird to me, and like I don't know, isn't interesting to me at all. So I don't know. I'm not really here for the drama. But sorry, I just realized I wasn't holding my mic. Um, the drama, yeah, I'm just not really living for it. But I do like the chasing, and I do like the new cast members. So yeah,
Yes, period. And do you have a lesson that you can learn from these chaotic motherfuckers?
a lesson. Come to the haircut ready to get your haircut. Come to the barbershop to get your haircut. Come to the hair salon to get your hair done.
Come to the barbershop with your hair already cut.
Come washed and blow dried.
Period. Come with a fresh install.
Yes,
Okay,
yes. At
I,
least
I
come
feel
with the
that.
hair. Yes.
I feel that.
What about you? What's your letter grade? Or what's
I'm
your lesson?
I'm gonna be cliche and just say transparency for me is always a win. So always be your authentic self. I feel like I said that before, but I feel like that's when we had a season full of real authentic bitches. So again, I'm gonna always applaud like people for coming on and speaking their truth and like not being afraid of like being judged and just being able to open up and there's somebody watching this show who could relate to Chloe, or somebody who's watching this show who could relate to like Kelly, and like being able to like identify yourself or having somebody there to like help you through your transition. So yes, always be your authentic self. Um, Maybe spread love, not hate, not gossip, and not bleached beards. Period.
Period. What a sermon. What a word. And
I get it
on
from my
that
father.
period.
Get it from my
Okay.
father.
That and that heavy ass leather jacket. Yes. Oh my god. But yes.
that was the episode pretty much. Thank you everybody that came through for this live. Me and Troy being very silly, but yeah, thank y'all for coming through. Definitely feel stay tuned. Definitely we'll go live next week for the next review. But yeah, any last words before we leave, before we peel out of here?
No, I just want to thank everybody who came through to queue with us on this fucking Saturday
Mhm.
afternoon. Again, shout out to everybody that's going to watch this on the playback.
Yes, yes.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Yeah, just thank you for being here. Have a great weekend. Stay safe.
Can I know you just did your you just closed out, but I want to highlight this comment.
It's cool.
Imagine you just said it's funny you said Jeff and Donnie gravitating towards each other due to the delusion, given his delusional circle. Oh, between Ted Lee and Sean. The case does need to be studied. I
It
need a
should be
thesis.
studied.
I need a thesis on this. I
It
need a
should be
whole
studied. And I feel like in an alternate universe, this case could be handed off to Antoinette Marie Charles and Joan Clayton. And with Joan having that law degree, she studies case, baby.
mm-hmm.
I feel like this. I feel like yeah, their dynamic is fucked up, and Ted Lee, Jet Jeff, and Sean's dynamic is fucked up.
True.
Kind of like a
True.
triangle of bras who really don't have each other's backs or interests. So
Right.
deep motherfucking cut. You know what Sean, Ted Lee, and Jet Jeff where they need to go? They need to go
What?
to the Midwest. And they need to go to visit my girl Mal, where they have each other's back. You know, the Midwest gonna look out for their people. If the
Yeah.
Midwest don't do nothing else, they gonna look out for their people. So I feel like if you have not watched the show The Act with my girl Chloe Sevigny, the girl
Mhm.
Patricia Arquette, and was it
Yes, that was the key.
Chloe King, Jamie King,
Yeah,
something like that.
Chloe.
TV show or a series from like 2018, 2019. A key
Mhm.
baby. Go get
Definitely.
him to that. But yeah, that friendship should go Midwest where they have each other's backs and
Period. Yeah.
all of that.
Um.
Again, shout out to everybody that came to watch this.
Yes. Yeah. Appreciate it. I think me and Troy are still, getting our footing because it's been a minute since we've gone live regularly like this. But yeah, I agree with Magic User. Yeah, I feel like it definitely needs to be studied because it's
Mm-hmm.
just interesting the way that they relate to each other. And yeah, I feel like it's kind of given it's given Dre Simber and Sherrod beefing, but they're literally the same. It's like they're beefing because they're the same. It's weird. It's weird.
Oh my
But
gosh.
yeah, it's definitely given that. But yes, this is Key and Carrie. I'm Damon.
I'm Troy.
And we will see y'all in another one. You can
Yes.
tell I'm
Yes.
super tired. But yes, have a good Saturday, everybody. Stay safe.
Yes.
Peace.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Peace.